had the two virtual experts, I'm really going to cover the world of physical branding, which is my love. And for all of you to represent that physical world, you probably got these two magazines on your chair, yes, and if you didn't, there's some in the back, okay? And you also got a little chocolate-covered cookie, right? And you guys probably maybe know where this is from and what brand this is from. I asked you to hold on to these until the end. Can I have a show of hands about how many people ate theirs, like right off the bat? So, you know what? I'm going to keep this casual. If you got questions, you can stop me. I want to talk story about branding and really physical branding, and then the connection to the virtual world and how it ties into both the world of Tom and Kelly. When you talk about physical branding, there's really a journey that you begin on that starts with your core brand identity, your essence, who you are, and many people think that their brand is their logo, you know, whatever mark that they have. And I'm going to tell you something that kind of might be a little mind expanding, but a logo is something that you can wear, but a brand is really about who you are and how you deliver your products and services. And truly, when you go from mediocre to good to great brands, those great brands cross a chasm where they don't own the brand experience anymore. Guess who does? We all do. It's not Starbucks' corporate brand experience anymore for me. It's my brand experience every morning that I go to Starbucks and I start my day with them. And I choose to pay whatever it is for that, whether it's McDonald's coffee or Starbucks coffee. But when you decide to give your life energy that's represented by whatever dollars that you put out for someone's product or services, you're really making a really, really big strategic choice about what you want in your life. And you don't do that based upon what the logo is like. You do that based upon what value that brand brings to your life. And we're going to talk more about that, right? So you'll very rarely hear me in discussions talk about logo. And what I do is representing something really specific, really tactical. When we talk about brands, it's the whole gestalt of the experience that those companies and services that you love and bring into your life, how to get to that place. That's the holy grail of what we're going to discuss. And there's a journey there when you look at that. And it begins from what the core brand identity is about, and what the essence are, and what the values are, and how that's represented, and how that's represented on everything from business cards to websites, and increasingly in the social media. Because as we know, we interact right now with the virtual world over a computer, right? But look at what Kelly's doing right now in the back. She's interacting and tweeting her virtual world over these devices that we hold in our pockets, right? And they said that by 2020, the majority of people are going to be having their internet experiences over these devices, right? How many of us already are with the iPhone and things of that sort? And here's an interesting anecdote. And my wife and I are a perfect contrast about the difference in the power of brands. I love Verizon, okay? To me, I'll use whatever Verizon has because I'm more attached to Verizon, the service, right? And so if BlackBerry's the best they can get, even though I would rather have an iPhone, I'll stick with Verizon. My wife, as soon as the iPhone came out, she's like, you keep your Verizon? I don't care what AT&T's coverage is like. I love the device. I love the experience. I'm going to go with the iPhone. And it's so funny how we make those choices because you've seen those commercials, right, with the Verizon map and the AT&T map, and there's little blue on the US and there's all red with Verizon. She made a choice that this device and the experience of this device and the Apple experience, if you will, the Apple brand experience was much more important to her because it's more than just the products or services you have. You have to really look at how the brand goes into the marketplace and how it connects with everyone, and that's marketing the brand. And then sales is right there because marketing can do a fantastic job of getting people to your doorstep, to make a phone call, to make an email, to make a Twitter, to connect with you on LinkedIn, to visit your website. But guess what? The first time that that brand trust causes that potential prospect to call you, and they have a surly experience when they meet your person in the office or whoever answers the phone or whoever responds to email, the trust is broken, they're gone. And that is all about sales, being able to continue the brand experience and consummate the journey for them to engage with your products or services. So sales is sometimes a really dirty word for people. It's a very essential word to have in terms of looking at the brand experience through the sales process, okay? All those things that create business success, if you will, and there's a long list on the left, right? All those things add up to brand experience. And branding and your brand identity and your logo and all of the business cards and all those things is just really one small piece of it. A vital piece, a piece that I specialize in and I love and have passion for. It's been my career my whole life. But it's one piece of creating brand experience. There's so many other pieces to it also. Distribution, what the actual product and services is. Is your competition offering the same thing? What else are you going to offer in terms of a greater experience for them, right? More value, how is it priced, where is it distributed, is it seasonal? So as brands start to reach parity and your competitors are doing everything you're doing, you gotta pay attention to the little details. You have to look at all those other little things that create a differentiated experience. And what becomes the center of the universe is the website. And inevitably, we get people asking us to do a beautiful print brochure, or a beautiful direct marketing campaign, or whatever the case. And I said, I won't have you invest your money with us. And they look at me like quizzically, like, what? And I'm like, until your website is worthy of receiving the traffic that you're going to invest in to drive from your print media, whether it's advertising or direct pieces or events or trade shows or whatever the case might be, unless your online presence is, as Tom says, digitally distinct and your website is ready to receive that traffic, and increasingly your social media sites like LinkedIn, especially for business people, right? But this one company, and I'm going to talk about later, illustrates this whole story for you. So all of this is a prelude to that. So hold the dollar sign and hold the heart in mind as we go through the story. Walter Landor was a guru of branding, and his company is probably the largest and most prestigious branding firm in the world, with offices all over the place, now owned by one of the largest advertising agency in the world. And he said something really interesting way back when this world of branding was coming up, right? He said that products are built in the factory, but brands are built in the mind. And at that time, that was really true. What's evolved since that time is that brands now are really built in the heart. And your job is to figure out how you get an increased share of heart space from your potential target audiences and prospects and such. So that's the evolution of that piece. When we talk about sales, I'm not going to go into detail on this one. You're really looking, the center of the bullseye is how you connect with the heart. Advertising and invest it into the customer experience instead. Profound. What we found was that if we invest some money in offline brand advertising, such as magazine ads or TV ads, listen to this is amazing, then that improves the ROI of our online campaign.